IraqiaNews, welcome you ladies and gentlemen. Prime Minister Haidar al-Abadi assured on the importance of saving public money and fighting corruption. He also added that legal actions to be taken toward the abusers of the country's and its citizens' properties. Also adding at the same time that those actions need accurate and necessary achievement of legal regulations and decisions. Now, President Donald Trump signed, sealed and delivered a new executive order towards banning immigration from 6 countries, notably dropping Iraq from January's previous order, giving a reason and saying that this came because Iraq is fighting terrorism right now. The new travel ban comes 6 weeks after Trump's original executive order that was rolled out to chaos and confusion at airports nationwide and eventually blocked by a federal court. This decision is sending a very strong positive message that will enhance the partnership between Iraq and the U.S. and finding stronger diplomatic channels. Also, the significance of the role made by the coalition air in the fight against Daesh would be added to all these things that will support this partnership and enhance it in the future, said Ahmad Jamal, Iraqi Foreign Ministry spokesman. Now, talking about the recent security updates of the country, counterterrorism forces liberated few areas in full and raised the Iraqi flag on its main buildings, said Commander Abdul Amir Yarallah. He also has mentioned that the forces started to storm in other districts to recapture it from Daesh and the right side of the city. Brave soldiers indeed. Now, also in other news, Command of Army Aviation announced that an airstrike killed 60 terrorists in the right side of Mosul. The Army Aviation has secured federal police advancing and strikes Daesh targets at the same time. This resulted in killing 64 and destroying their equipment on the right side of the operations. Now, High Commission for Human Rights in Iraq value the efforts exerted by the counterterrorism and Nineveh We're Coming operations, saving the civilians. That came in a call forwarded by the Commission to save 37 civilians on the right side of Mosul. The statement of which this praising was presented also added that the sacrifices made by all the forces are praised indeed. Popular mobilization units have controlled the roads which reaches to an area in Tel Afar in the western axis of Mosul. Also, in another operation, an artillery of popular mobilization forces targeted dozens nets of Daesh and destroying their gatherings in that spot entirely. The Ministry of Migration and Displaced has announced on sending aid to the families in the liberated areas of the right side of Mosul. More than 35 tons of aid have been sent by huge vehicles to those areas. That would be happening due to a quick response to the call of providing relief of families in the city. Reform is a pretext that might be used improperly by some parts that want to achieve certain cause, and that everybody needs to unite in one to fight such attempts. Now, that was said by Qasim al-Araji, Iraqi Minister of Interior.
Reform is the application of the law and abiding the regulations and instructions. So once the law is broken leads to corruption. If we want to reform, we have to respect the law. It's not by dealing with cases the way we wish it to be. So we should not be against the laws under the pretext of reform, because eventually it won't be a reform, it is a destruction.
The government has provided a new encouraging prices for the strategic agricultural crops that guarantees the strong competition of the Iraqi product against the imported ones. Now, that was said by Saad al-Hadithi, Prime Minister Media spokesman.
وفي إطار توجه الدولة.
The state aims at increasing agricultural livestock productions and improving the agricultural sector and the gross domestic product. Also, the government has set motivational purchase prices of the agricultural strategic crops to represent competition to the similar imported products and to drive the local ones to prosperous reality.
Now, Al-Hadithi also added financial dues to each marketed crops has been provided by the government at the same time. Also, the little remaining percentage of it is for marketers, according to accountant measures indeed.
Financial allocations to each marketed crops has been provided by the government. Also, the little remaining percentage of it is for marketers, depending on the accountant's measures, and it carried out by the Office of the Financial Supervision and the safety of the marketer security regard. When all these measures are to be finished, in addition to ensure the accuracy of the marketed amounts, the allocations will be given to those who are worthy. All that mentioned above shall be applied in few upcoming weeks.
Now, last but not least, the Ministry of Healthcare, and in cooperation with Iraqi Media Network, has started a campaign of blood donation to the security forces and the popular mobilization units. The donators have asserted on the importance of being united in order to get rid of the terrorism in the country. Wonderful campaigns indeed. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That's all for this time. See you